And it's been another week. Today we are going to talk about something that I think is really important and that I haven't talked enough about, and that's presentation. I did not understand or appreciate the importance of presentation for a very long time. Until I started seeing it, happen in my own work. I didn't realize how much I was handicapping myself. And we'll go into a little bit more about that. I always figured that people would be able to look through the lousy, visual quality of the medium I was working on, like mini DV or whatever, and still be able to appreciate, the story or the characters or the writing, the sound, because we were using good sound way before we were using good visual quality. But it doesn't really work like that. People will take any excuse they can get to write you off. To write off whatever you're doing so that they can move on to the next thing, because there's so many things we can do with our attention now from all over the place. Even just regular life, we can cook food, we can hang out with people, we can go for walks, enjoy the out of doors, not in Illinois because it's impossible to do, 6 months out of the year. And then, of course, movies are so easy to access now, music, books, everything, it's right at your fingertips. So if something doesn't seem like it's worthy of your attention, you're going to get rid of it immediately and move on to the next thing, because there's so many things, and it actually affects every single aspect. Like I said, they would see through it. They can't. It's like a veil. All right? Poor quality is like a veil that drops over your project, and it makes people think that everything in it is bad. Over the last few years, as Pops has looked better and better and better, of course I've gotten a lot of comments, people being like, oh man, this show looks really good now. Oh, this looks so good. As it's gotten to look better, I've also gotten my fair share of, the actors are so much better, the writing is so much better, the directing is so much better, the editing is so much better. All the other aspects, the little technical aspects and the creative aspects, not a whole lot has changed. Maybe we've gotten a little more comfortable in our characters as time has gone on, but people have played their characters very consistently. The tone of the show has shifted a little bit, but the writing, the dialogue has stayed kind of consistent. The more pro something looks, the less people are distracted and they can see the other creative merits of the things that are going on, because they're not distracted by the fact that, oh, this was shot on an iPhone, whatever. The very fact that people are seeing this in this poor visual quality means that everything else that's happening in it must be on the same quality level. Everything else must be as amateur as the image quality looks. And a lot of people think that way. Alright? Subconsciously, it just happens. You click on something and the visual quality is bad, you're like, oh, well, they don't obviously care enough in order to put time and effort into anything. So even though the fact that we were putting a lot of time and effort into our characters and the writing and the sound, just because it looks like that, people think everything must be at that quality level. Before Pops Episode 1, this is what Pops Episode 1 looked like. This is the basic quality of Pops Episode 1. It didn't look great. It was, kind of pixely, it looked a little noisy, there wasn't much going on. The year before we shot Pops Episode 1, we shot Twisted Thicket. On Twisted Thicket, we had the benefit of a large crew of college students who are making this film for school. We had beautiful locations, beautiful set dressing, beautiful costumes, great equipment. We were shooting on film, and we had a Fisher 10 dolly, which is a great dolly system. It booms and everything. It has tracks or it has wheels. You can do so much. The Fisher 10 was an amazing piece of equipment. And this Twisted Thicket looks great. Okay? That made it into at least one festival. It made it into one festival. 2 festivals. And it looks great. The writing is I tried to shove too much in there, but that was a year before we shot Pops Episode 1. And on Pops Episode 1, I was like, people will get it. It's just a story on the internet. Let's just shoot it with our mini DV that we have. And I submitted it to a bunch of pilot competitions. And granted, the writing's not a very compelling way for that introduction to unfold, in my opinion. But that didn't make it into any festivals. Of course, because it looked like garbage. And it still looks like garbage. But I can't get rid of that. So as opposed to Twisted Thicket on film with everything, Episode 1 was shot over a weekend. We threw it together with the equipment that we had. And it shows, just visual quality-wise. Because if you'll see, there's lots of tracking moves and the same kind of editing style and everything. Not much has changed with the editing of the show either. I still think the same way, I still choreograph a scene the same way as a director and shoot it the same way. And it's just a matter of lenses. This lens that you're looking through right now is beautiful. The fact that we look like something is what has gotten so much more attention, because the writing, and yes, the fact that, when episodes 1 and 2 came out, it was just this little story. I had the end game, the through line of what was going to happen with the characters in my mind that whole time. And people think the writing's getting better because they can see more of that through line, The quality of the writing itself has stayed fairly consistent. But as you see more, it seems bigger in scope. And, oh, the writing's better. No, there's just more of it. And the visual quality is better, so that just is your mind saying that everything's getting better. All these times I get these comments like, you've gotten really good at this, 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 and this, and this. It's like, we got better lenses. And we got a better chip in our camera that is recording the images onto these compact flash cards. And that is what has actually given the appearance of a jump in quality. So this week, what I'm curious about, when you are aware of somebody, you see somebody show up in a Twitter feed, or somebody references somebody in a video, or they come up in your like suggested videos or whatever. When you go to their channel, like how much does that presentation matter to you? I always do two things when I go to a new channel. I go and I check their basically their little welcome to the channel video, whatever they've created there, how they want to present themselves, how they want to be perceived. I check that out. Then I go into the videos and I check the most viewed. I want to see what's brought people to them and what people think that they do well. So like that is what I check out. What about you? Like how much will you check out on a person's channel before deciding to subscribe if you want to see more? How much time will you spend there? Like if the intro video doesn't hook me in like 20 seconds, like I'll check the most viewed video, and again, that has a good like 20 seconds. It's 40 seconds, under a minute, that I will give somebody to hook my attention if I find them in the online ether. Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. Also, a couple of you mentioned that I was looking pretty snazzy in last week's video. I like the whole vests and ties thing. And I know I'm not going to be sitting around in my apartment in vests and ties most of the time, but I want to see how much I can sport the vest and the tie look. I've got to update my wardrobe a little bit. We'll see. Welcome to 2015. Hope you have a good week and a good year. That's the Pops logo. See ya.